Greetings fellow tank commanders. In this video I'm going to be showing you a game that I played in the Verzila KV-4 K. This is a tier 8 Soviet premium heavy tank with regular matchmaking. The game I'm playing is a standard battle on Heilbronn with tier 8 as the top tier and 1 artillery on each team. For this game my tank is equipped with a gun rammer, vertical stabilizer, and improved ventilation. And I am using my most experienced Soviet crew, which has 16 crew skills and perks. This was only about my 5th battle with the tank, so I'm still getting used to the turret, which is slightly farther back, and the gun, which is slightly off-center to the left. But otherwise, I'm using this a lot like I use my KV-4 and KV-5. So I've decided to start off in the city, and my teammates found some enemies on the island in the middle. From this position, I'm not exposing too much of my tank to the enemies, so it gives me a great opportunity to get some easy shots. So far, I've just been running the regular AP rounds when fighting against tier 8 enemies. Because it doesn't have the KV-5's mediocre pen 107mm, it has the same gun as the KV-4, which has some pretty good penetration. Since those enemies have pulled back, I want to move forward deeper into the city, especially since my team is already down 3 tanks. So as a top tier heavy, I really need to get some momentum here. Now I'm just going to quickly mention this tank's mobility. It's got a horsepower to weight ratio of 12.96 and a top speed of 30 km per hour, so a slightly higher horsepower to weight ratio than the KV-5, but a 10 km per hour less top speed than the KV-5, which is the same as the KV-4. So some good mobility for a tank of its class, and some decent ramming potential. I got a small ram on that IS-2, but it almost allowed him to get around my side. Fortunately I didn't take any damage there though. That's one enemy down, and so I'm going to head back towards that hammer and IS-3. And after a quick look at the tactical situation, I can see I need to start heading back towards my base, because the enemy's made quite a lot of progress on the other side. I got a nice bounce off my angled front armor there, but I realize I shouldn't be taking the risk, and so I've switched to side scraping now. Now that the enemy was weakened and my KV-3 teammate had come to join the fight, I decided to push on these 2 enemies. Oh, and it looks like the KV-3 is going to go crush that IS-3. Unfortunately, it looks like he takes more damage than he deals, but it was still pretty awesome. I wish I had given a little affirmative to him, but I was worried about the enemies that were fast approaching my base. So I come across a Tiger 1 here, which is a really soft target that I'd like to stop and shoot at, but my base is being captured, so I need to break through these enemies as fast as possible, even if that means missing out on a few opportunities or taking a little damage myself. These high tier KV tanks can do these kind of things very well, so I need to take the lead here. And some good work by my teammates to take him out quickly. And another good snapshot with this tank. That vertical stabilizer is really paying off for me right now. Now we've got a full health Tiger 2 standing between me and the base. Once again, a lucky snapshot goes into his tracks, and my teammates are doing a good job taking him out. I'm approaching him at as much angle as possible so that I can avoid giving him an easy damage hit. This has been a very successful assault on my own base, and now I've got to just reset the cap. I hit the softest target, which is the tier 6 heavy in front, but I switched to the Panther tank for the next shot because his gun has a higher chance of penetrating me than that tier 6. So I'd like to get him out of the way first. While I'm fighting these tanks here, I'll quickly mention the hit points of this tank. It's got 1500, which is 200 less than the KV-4 and 280 less than the KV-5. Now because its turret is farther back on the tank, it means it'll be able to side scrape a little better. It means you're probably going to lose less hit points when you're on the defense, but it may make it a little more tricky to do assault moves on tanks with high pen guns. Overall though, good survivability for a heavy tank. I've managed to destroy one enemy, but the artillery hits me before I can take out the second. With the base now successfully defended, it's a 2-on-2 fight. myself and a full health Tiger 131 against a Ferdinand and artillery. I wait a few moments for my teammate to regroup with me, and now I've switched over to my ps4 shells since the game is so close. Since I know that the enemy artillery is somewhere to the right, I've decided to cut through the middle of the map so that I can use the different rock formations for cover. And my teammate is advancing just a little bit behind me, so it's a good staggered formation for us. And here we spot out the Ferdinand. He hasn't been seen all game and he's got full hit points. This is not good. I get a good bounce there, but unfortunately my shot misses him in return, and I kept moving so that I could avoid the artillery. But wow, look at that shot he was able to get, right into my engine. And I could hear the enemy artillery hitting my Tiger tank in the back. And it must have been a pretty huge hit because it lowered a full health Tiger 131 down so that the Ferdinand one-shot him. This is not a great situation here, and I don't have any genius ideas to get out of it, because if I try to push forward on him, then the artillery is just going to get an easy shot on me. I'm trying to just use this rock for cover and bait the Ferdinand over to try to get in a one-on-one fight. It looks here like the Ferdinand might be falling back and trying to come at me from a different angle, or maybe just waiting for his artillery teammate to sneak up behind me. But wait, he's come back! Oh yeah, that's a good bounce off my side armor, but I snapshotted like a fool there and I missed a great opportunity. I was able to sneak a shot in and dodge his shot. The Ferdinand is down to half health and I'm getting a little hopeful now. I was trying to hit his track here because it would have put his gun out of play for just enough time for me to reload, but I missed my target and just do damage. And this Ferdinand is fed up with me. That's an HE shell into my turret. And wait, what's he doing? Oh no, what? Oh, and I did not see that one coming. What a fantastic move by the Ferdinand. That's a painful defeat on a really great game. But I'm not mad at all. That Ferdinand did a great job there. Now let's check the post-game stats and see how I did. For this game, I managed to earn 277,000 silver with a 50% multiplier. Remembering that I did use a larger pair kit, fire a few ps4 shells at the end there, and this was on a defeat. I also earned 3,656 experience without any multipliers. For this game, I dealt 6,438 damage, assisted with 765 damage, and destroyed 5 enemies while blocking 3,360 damage. Those are some big numbers for a new tank. And they earned me a high caliber, mastery badge ace tanker, defender, and sniper. I was just short of a top gun here. I placed at the top of my team, earning a base XP of 1,438. I'm happy with that base XP for a loss. I managed to hit 23 of my 25 shots and penetrate 21 of those. That's some pretty good reliability for a heavy tank, and I think that's going to be quite common with this tank when it's top tier. In terms of crew and module damage, I injured the gunner in the IS-2, damaged the engine in the Hammer, and damaged the engine in the Tiger 2. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing that game in the Verzila KV-4 K. I made sure to send a congratulatory message to that Ferdinand because that was a pretty awesome move. This is a fun high-tier KV style tank, and so far I'm enjoying the variations to the game style from the KV-4 and KV-5. Stay tuned for more awesome World of Tanks videos.